And we are live here on Hot Tag Takes on HamiltonRadio.net, channel HR2. I am your host, John BRECKO, and as always, to my right is PJ Morin. How you doing?
I'm doing good, baby. How you doing?
I'm doing good, man, especially since we officially have our newest co-host, our newest part of the team here on Hot Tag Takes on HamiltonRadio.net. Nate Ben is our co-host now, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go!
It's an honor and a pleasure to be here with you guys.
And this is going to be an epic show to bring him on to, because I told you about this last time we were on the air, but I got to do wrestling commentary for the first time at a show for a New Jersey-based promotion here in New Jersey, SWF Pro Wrestling. I commentated their show at Mega Slam, which had a lot of bangers on that show. We had Troy Locke, we had Precious, we had the Ferocious Beast V. Daniel, we had Jeffrey Bravo, we had a banger of an SWF World Championship match, a banger of a Hardcore Championship match where people were getting put through doors, there were leg drops going on, and what I gotta tell something that actually happened with our guest tonight, who is the owner of SWF, which is going 15 years strong, and Battleborn is coming up June 22nd. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for the man, the myth, the legend himself, Rob Fiore!
Too kind. Thank you, brother.
Oh, dude, how you doing, man? How's everything been? I haven't seen you since the show.
It's been good, you know. It's first of all, thanks for having me on. I appreciate the platform. I don't do a lot of these ever.
That's right.
Because it's a lot of in my position, it's a lot of like bait and switch type. Can I curse on here? I'm gonna try.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's a lot in my position. It's a lot of that clickbait shit where they bring you in, they want to know about a bunch of shit that. So that's why I kind of was like, hey, we're gonna do this. We can talk about whatever you want, but it's just great to be on this fucking show. I you know what, I'm happy about it. I'm thrilled about it. We cater to a family friendly audience, but
Hell yeah.
my opinions do not reflect the opinions of my company, SWF Live.
Of course not.
So the shirt says Fury. This is Rob Fury's opinion. It doesn't reflect the opinions of my performers, my athletes, my talent, my staff, my commentators, my referees, my sound crew, and anyone else that works for the organization.
So the
course.
hundreds of racial comments that are coming out tonight are not,
dude, I've been canceled 3 fucking times.
Good. That's not enough.
Going.
He's waiting
for a fourth.
He's waiting for a fourth.
Good. Getting canceled is the best.
Former SW.
What's been going on, man, is this, man. You know, so I'm in the process of attempting to quit smoking.
Okay.
So we have a vape and we have a cigarette.
Okay.
You know, so that's what's been going on since the show, and I've been putting my body back together.
Right.
For the next thing, and just getting ready for June and August and September, October, and just 18 months of a business plan that's fucking ridiculous.
Oh, hell yeah.
The amount of shows that this company is going to do, Superstars of Wrestling, isn't even normal.
Dude.
We've run, honest to God, literally before I had a bunch of scumbags trying to blackball me in 2019. I was going through a really bad period of my life.
Yeah.
That's how you got rewarded with close friends, basically going, okay, great, we're just going to open up our own shit and try to duplicate what you do. So I was gone for about a year during those periods where I wasn't doing the right thing by myself. So, but Mega Slam, the show itself, would normally 6, 7, 8, 900 people. This one was a whole different thing because literally leading up to the show, I canned 40% of the roster. Yeah. And I just wanted a new feel.
Yeah.
And I fucking loved it. I was so happy with the fact that the show it just had this feel. It was just an energy that was just, different than the other independents.
I mean,
you know, that's one thing you'll notice.
Yeah.
Johnny Sharp will tell you, man.
Yeah, no, that guy Johnny Sharp, he was really staying sharp on commentary that night. Let me tell you.
God, I love
Yeah, tell us.
Listen,
Yeah, no, we got fans of that
Johnny
name
got
in the house,
hired
but
at a really Johnny got hired at the weird. I don't even like. It was the weirdest thing that happened. The way Johnny got brought in. I call him Johnny Sharp because
yeah,
you
no,
know
I don't think it's the weirdest thing either. I got to tell you, but no, a lot happened on that show, and you're right about the energy, 100%. You know, I mean, it was just a fun show from top to bottom. You know, the match with Mr. Everest and Sam. I was waiting for Everest to do a leapfrog and just go through the ceiling because we had a low ceiling there, and this
yeah,
guy's
you
like
know we were
7
supposed to
feet.
be in a whole different area, literally, and they basically just sprung on us like we can't do that in case there's a fire because of Memorial Day weekend. So they moved us into this lower area, and I was just like, oh my god! So everything I had planned, literally, I couldn't do. And then you got a lot of guys that I'm 6 feet tall. I was 6 feet for the back surgeries, but all
Meh.
that shit. Then you got like a lot of guys that are you got some guys 6'4", 6'5", 6'8", Everest legitimate 6'9", Marconi another guy, and it's like
Yeah,
Marconi's a talent that can walk the top rope. Unfortunately, I felt like the fans didn't get to see all the things they could have seen. However, that's where there's more shows and other venues and other things.
yeah,
But
no,
but I
100%.
want to tell you a really quick story that I think you guys will enjoy.
I'm
I
listening.
Yeah.
I believe in timing is everything,
Yeah,
and you never. I've learned that, like literally, as life has gone by in my own life and just in general with opportunities, and I very rarely have the opportunity to. I always have someone checking the SWF emails and websites, all these things. It's so hard when you're running a company, writing a company, meetings for the company, everything. There's just a lot of different things going on, and basically, it just was a situation where I just happened to go. Let me flip over the page, and then I see
yeah,
a message from him, which
yeah,
gets me this video, and I'm like. And the way this worked out was I literally just cut ties with someone that was with me for a long time, but
yeah.
wasn't committed.
No,
It
that's
was
exactly how you mentioned it to me.
it just wasn't. It was nothing personally against him,
Right,
but it was just a commitment thing.
right. Of course.
Like we're here 15 years. We get in the first gig, dude. This is a relaunch of our brand. I had to take 7 months off for the first time ever to have an elbow replacement surgery, literally. Like
Yeah.
my arm's purple, the trained arms today. So I
Oof.
had to take 7 months off because of that. And then when I did that, everyone just like everybody was fucking mad at me because for the first time I had to take care of my health. I've had a bunch of surgeries and always have come back. This one I couldn't do that. This was a whole different animal.
Right.
So when he hit me up, it was literal like what do we call that? Divine intervention, man, or something, but it just wound up being a watch the stuff that he sent me, and I was like, it's the voice, man, we can do something here.
Okay.
And my whole real test that you didn't know about was great that you're a wrestling fan, obviously,
Yeah.
but just the energy. Like, just that energy and like, because I'm here, when I could hear you commentating when I'm in the fucking ring, then I'm like, this guy's got it. Like, and that was a 2-hour, 45-minute show,
Yeah.
but literally when I could hear that, he had a ton of energy. And I was really, like, to come out of the gate swinging, he hit a home run. I'll tell you that right out.
Thank you. No, I
He
appreciate
fucking
that.
hit a home run, dude, and everybody
yeah,
was
baby.
super impressed.
Hell
He was
yeah.
really
Hell
kind.
yeah.
Like he fit right into the crazy circus team I have that everybody's nuts. And literally, like, I showed up late, obviously, like I always do, but it was just a whole bunch of shit. I'm always
A
late
couple
or
people
busy.
might have mentioned that.
Yeah, but they mention it, and then they don't. Dude, they don't understand. It's also like writing, promoting, and then on the way to the show, I'm also dropping fucking postcards on like cars and Walmart and stuff for that last minute promotion.
Okay.
just to get people there. But yeah, sometimes Rob's always late, but whatever. Rob's late, but the show happens. And the show, it just was, man. If you haven't been to a Superstars of Wrestling show, it's the energy of the show. It just
Right.
there are things that were supposed to happen that night that were changed on the fly.
Yeah. No,
And it just
I
happened.
remember. I remember us trying to think of the card. I remember, TJ and Leanne going over the card. John Wise was next to me,
And to
and I
our-
remember just the
anybody-
conversation
any kids
happening.
watching this, like, do not smoke.
Not at all.
Only I can do it because
That's not what you think it is.
That's not what I'm
It's
doing
actually a
while I
new
turn
board.
around in my chair.
Yeah, just like PJ did like 5 minutes before the show when he broke the scale out and everything.
oh, geez, well, for the coat, never mind.
Yeah, no, he had the straws ready, all that.
Yep.
Well, there was a time in my life, man, when I was doing Hamilton radio, I was doing 8-balls, man.
Dude, I just love the fact that he's fucking
Yeah.
glaring at me right now.
Now I live a sober lifestyle, which means I can't drink. If I drink bad, I'm allergic to drinking because the handcuffs come out. I wind up in jail. So
Right.
I just don't drink anymore. I haven't drank in 3 years. But that's it. Other than that, life is pretty,
Pretty good. But isn't that why you do the cocaine, so you don't feel as drunk from the alcohol?
well, now I don't even do the cocaine because I'll die. But, but my heart's six times the size. Now I kind of don't do any of that.
How much is an 8-ball?
He's
How much is an 8-ball?
Yeah, how much cocaine is in an 8-ball?
He's trying to figure out what Skinny Boy over here is trying to figure out what he can handle.
Well, I always hear the term 8-ball. I don't know how much cocaine it is. I'm just trying to find out.
It's not. Well, these days, when I was in my party stages, if you bought something, I don't even know how we're on this topic, but I'll give it to you because I told you nothing. So we're all. I'll talk about anything.
Off limits,
Here's the
baby.
thing. So here's the thing. So, how much cocaine is in an 8-ball? The difference is the real question you want to ask yourself these days is how much fentanyl is in your 8-ball, because then you will die.
Yeah.
Like
That's
back
fair.
Yeah.
when I was rocking and rolling, not that even when it wasn't that long ago, when I was crazy, 2016, 17, all that stuff, 18, ain't that long ago. But you didn't have fentanyl laced with the drugs you may partake in, or the party favors. Now, you literally will die. Like, so that's why it's very that kind of is fucking strange. They fucked up even all that shit, the recreational fun.
What he's trying to
How
say,
much
Nate.
cocaine is in an 8-ball is like it should be. Depends on who your dealer is.
What he's trying to say, Nate, is don't scratch on the 8-ball. Find that fentanyl. You know what I mean? You ever played a game of pool, Nate? Don't find that
No.
scratch in there.
Okay. All right, John. I got you there. But
You're
You know.
what do you weigh? 110 pounds, bro?
I'll give you 2 more guesses to guess correctly.
112.
No.
Let me zoom in on you, brother. Hold
Yeah,
on.
get a zoom in. Here, I'll stand up for you too. We can get a-
380.
Oh, please, this guy.
You're about a buck. You got about a $1.35, $1.40.
Yeah, like a $1.45.
He was close enough.
It was close. Now, actually, I used to weigh 132 like 2 years ago.
We going through your whole life story now?
No, I'm just telling you, I was 132 like 2 years ago. But I was fucking ripped though. I was a
were you?
tiny ripped monster. I had the
You're-
body
you're-
of Bruce
Well, listen,
Lee.
You're about as
that-
ripped
that's
as
one
with
of
the
things
lighter.
I would tell you, man, is that's what got like with sobriety, with living sober. Like for me, it was the strangest shit ever.
Okay.
But I was always able to sell out buildings in a way that I don't know how, because I was so fucked up. But we were running 40 shows a year. I was selling out 90% of the buildings. But it also led to a lot of the dark things.
Right.
I pretty much lived the movie The Wrestler. I still live it at times. But it just, how can I put it? But that, like with the gym stuff, man, I just love transforming the body, man.
Yeah.
That's one of the things, like I love that. And especially if you're a lean guy, man, you could put 10 pounds of solid muscle on you. Look like you fucking came out of training camp. Literally, it's great.
Yeah, no, if it's something you literally focus on, it's beautiful to see.
It's a great thing,
100%.
man.
Oh,
Yeah, no,
it was-
I've seen pictures. No, dude, Nate used to be like lean, jacked.
Did he?
No, this dude, no. There was like an oiled up Jim Mirror selfie I saw.
Jesus
like,
Christ.
No, well,
He really went all in for this
I don't
one,
think
huh?
he was oiled up. It was probably just sweat from post workout.
was sweat.
All right.
Could have been a
We
little-
got
I
a
mean, I
voucher.
believe you.
He vouches for me.
I vouched. Nate
It
used
was
to be jacked.
the gym stuff, the diet stuff. What's the wrestling diet like? I mean, it's got to be tip top, right?
Now,
No.
or it depends. It really depends. For me, it's it depends. Depends. All right, here's the thing. It depends what we're doing. Meaning, example, when I was before the back injuries and all that stuff and the surgeries, if you knew you had something coming up, like a tryout with WWE, or you had extra work, you'd be really ripped. And there was
Well,
always
yeah.
steroids in the mix. I'm still on anabolic steroids. They're just doctor prescribed them,
Yeah.
but I don't. They have to be because it's a whole different animal. Because I kind of blew all that shit out when I was just doing them on my own for years. But I also, now it's called testosterone replacement therapy. The diet, though, it depends on what we're shooting for. For me, it's now, if I'm not actively competing wrestling, I'll be a lot leaner, where it's more like, I don't have to carry around 250 pounds.
Nice.
If that makes any sense. I don't have to, because, I could get it cut up and get smaller and not worry about it. But if I'm active out there, you need more body fat on you, you need more mass on you. And that's why, like, if you watch the, Batista was an animal.
Oh, my God.
But he would
Jesus.
always get hurt.
Mm.
Because those guys with that lean, real lean, muscular physique, for me, but my diet's pretty boring. I
Yeah.
have a lot of prime energy during the day.
Oh, fuck yeah.
They have a new flavor out. I don't know why I'm not. What is it called? I found it. I bought 2 cases.
That
of it.
orange one he just came out with?
Dude, the Dream Pop.
Oh, that
Dream
shit.
Pop
You're
oh
making
my
me
God,
jealous
it's like-
right now. I
it's
fucking
it's
love
like an
energy
orange
drinks.
popsicle, dude.
Is
It's
it that
fucking
good?
Phenomenal. Great.
Oh,
The
my
best
God.
one they got.
How many do you drink a
So-
day?
About 4 or 5, 2 cups of coffee.
Oh,
Three,
shit.
maybe.
I think one of them has
But
like
my
200.
diet's literally it's rice, vegetables, fucking chicken, 3 times a day of that, and then there's 2 protein shakes. But the protein shakes are made with everything from oats, 3 scoops of fucking it's literally oats, 3 scoops of protein, honey. I'm trying to think what else is in there. Beet powder for vascularity. Like that. It's
There you
just
go.
everything on earth made with almond milk, very little sugar in the diet. It's just ultimately depending on what I want to feel and look like. It's just I'm good with that. How to kind of maneuver it. Because when you
Oats?
got a lot of injuries, as many injuries as I got, you gotta train around them. And that's something I hate, having so many injuries with the wrestling, that it's like, and so many surgeries that you have to train around everything. But your diet's everything. You can go to the gym for 10 hours a day. If you ain't dieting, man, the right way. It's just. But I had good people in my life. My ex was a bodybuilder, nutritional trainer, so she always kept me dialed in with that stuff.
Right.
So I never forgot that knowledge.
Oats, beef powder, and prime energy in a blender, though, that doesn't sound as boring as I thought it was going to be.
Nah.
Well, the beet powder you don't even taste. It's just you throw in like the almond milk, the oats. It's like an ice cream size scoop of the natural peanut butter.
Right.
So it's just like it winds up being like I have the 2 of those a day and 3 meals, and it's like, all right, well, I'm cool, I'm good. But then at night, I snap, and then I eat anything I want at 3 in the morning.
What's your favorite go-to
We all
snack?
do that shit.
My favorite anything that's just available.
I feel like Doritos is my guilty pleasure.
No, like those are good, but like if I my cheat meal is probably like a lot of pizzas and shit, like whatever. So if I like have pizzas or that stuff, like if it's laying around, I'll just eat those. Fuck.
I mean, dude, if it's like 1 in the morning,
Well,
Ben and
yeah.
Jerry's ice cream, bro.
Yeah.
Wait, are you
Yeah,
eating the whole pint?
I am an ice cream guy, 100%,
Yeah.
guys. That's the truth. Yeah, there is an ice cream
I am
guy.
as well. I am, dude. Listen, my cheat meal I always go for ice cream. You can't beat ice cream. It's just the best.
Dude,
I'm a big hairy man. I run warm.
Some
I'll
good
go
cookie
months
dough?
without eating ice cream, but when I do, it's the fucking best.
Dude.
Cigarettes and ice cream, you a fan?
Definitely.
Fuck yeah.
Of course.
Can't go with one.
Think
One
about
can't
that.
go without the other.
Yo,
What's that?
I mean, but at the same time, like I can't.
Listen, here's the thing: cigarettes and coffee is always the
Yeah.
best because the thing is that's even transcended generations. You see, your generation, you guys do cigarettes and coffee. My generation does our little vapes and our frappuccinos and our Monster Energy.
Like the
And our
vape
Prime
that they
Energy,
do,
oh my
I'm
God.
trying to get-
Yeah, but I'll be
trying to
real.
get used to it.
Cigar and
Vape,
energy
yeah.
drink, I've had that combo. It's fucking awesome.
I
Cigar.
haven't done that. I haven't done that yet.
I got to get you on cigars, dude.
Cigar and energy.
cigars are
drink.
nice.
Listen, I'm on some cigars. I smoke cigars with the cash of the
We get once this hot tag takes, advertisement monetization money starts coming in. We'll get some cigars and energy
Wait
drinks.
till I get Kevin Nash on your show or the Sandman. And one
Oh,
of you
hell
guys,
yeah.
see.
Fuck
Hey,
yeah.
listen, that's what I'm talking about.
We are past 1,500 subscribers, by the way. I think I forgot to tell you.
Yay. Hooray.
Yo, listen, what if I pitch you this? I've never
Like,
done
you
wrestling in my
never-
life. I've never followed wrestling. But what if
John,
there was a James Gandolfini, the ghost, the wrestler?
Why don't you do that?
Yeah, no. What if it was me?
Either that or Thor.
fucking get you!
man, that guy was. I met him once, man.
Oh, you met him?
Yeah, I met him in Brooklyn, New York.
Wow.
And
What was that like?
just a super fucking cool guy.
All the
That's-
stories
He
I've heard
just-
about him
he
from
just
his
loved-
friends,
he-
from
he
random
loved
people, were always that he was the
food, and
best.
he loved food. He loved women. And he loved cocaine. All the bad things I used to do. So
Oh, hell
he was a
yeah.
great guy.
I
was a
fucking
great,
love Tony
great guy.
Soprano.
He had a magic 8-ball for you.
Yeah, he was just fucking that show will live forever. I didn't like that that last thing they did, that fucking reboot, that movie they put out.
Oh, the
man.
Many Saints of Newark?
Yeah, it just was weird.
Listen, my thing is, I didn't watch it when it came out, so by the time I watched it, all my friends said, "Oh man, it's a piece of shit. It doesn't live up, and the
Yeah.
continuity's off." And the continuity bothered me, like how in Many Saints of Newark, Silvio is older than Tony,
Yeah.
even though like
But how
they're the
could
same
you live
age or
up to
whatever.
That,
But
you know,
like,
it's that's you can't live. You can't. You know, it's like how do you live up to that?
yeah.
They did, that whole
But
show.
like, listen, when I went into it, I expected not the best movie, but a cute little Sopranos side story, and that's what I
Yeah.
got. The thing is, what pisses me off is they could have gone more into like the old like mob wars in the 50s and in the 60s. They should have gone more into that. That would have been
I
cool.
think they will. I think if they're smart, they'll do one of those like Star Wars deals, like they think where it's like.
Well,
This kind of was that where it was like the before, but his
well,
kid.
they're
was
doing
just
another
like him.
reboot, I think.
In
I
the
believe he
reboot,
should.
Tony Soprano's a gay black guy, right?
Yeah.
Anything's possible, brother.
So we understand each other.
So
I have business associates that look like you, and I don't want their sons of my daughters, and I don't want their daughters of my son. Do we understand each other?
Robbie might be getting canceled. a
I
fourth
don't
time.
speak Spanish.
They don't want my son
Oh,
with their
fucking
daughters, and I
Christ.
don't want their
Show
sons
was
with my
But a
daughters.
show like that today, literally, the world has changed so much. Everything fucking offends everyone. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
like I know what they were going for with that, and it was the humor of the old school Italian families
Right.
wanting to
Well, yeah.
race, stay within the race, and all that. I'm Italian. Whatever.
Listen,
I
I'm
like
Irish
women.
Italian.
I
I was
don't
raised
give a
Italian. I
fuck.
fucking get
I
it.
like women, so I don't care. If someone's green, purple doesn't make a difference. The point is, with that stuff, the world is so sensitive now. You just post fucking all you on media, you post anything, they're going to kill you. They just take it out of the context.
Yeah, 100%.
No, dude, the world is a scary, wild fucking
Dude,
place.
honestly, I'm waiting for one of us to say something just on purpose.
Dude.
And then to come on the next day, you know, after all this backlash, and be like, from the bottom of my heart, oops, motherfucker.
Listen, if by the time I'm 30 I haven't made it, I'm just gonna say every racial slur that I can think of and post it in an Instagram reel. And just cross my fingers and hope it reaches the audience I want it to reach. And the audience I want it to reach is the left, so that I get canceled. And then I can make a tear-filled apology video, and then come back, but then slip up again, and then like say the N-word on stage like 5 years later, and then I'm gonna have to go to like what tolerance camp.
You could
What
just
was
do
that
it
South
now
Park
and speed
episode?
it. You could just do it now and speed up the process.
Dude,
When I grew up in Brooklyn, I was so, like, for me, like, I just got along with everyone. I never, like, I don't know. For me, like, you know, I never was a guy that was, how can I put it?
Yeah, in the real world, people get along
like,
with each other.
And no one's race
Yeah, right?
has never bothered. I never had a fucking issue with race. I never did. I always thought, you know, like, I just judge people for people, ultimately. Like,
Yeah,
100%.
Like, I never gave a fuck. If you're a white dude and you're cool, I'll kick it with you. If you're a straight white dude and you're an asshole, I'm not going to kick it with you because you're an asshole. If you're a black transgender lesbian that identifies as a cat and you're cool, surezies.
Sure, I'll suck
If
your
you're a
dick.
black
That's
transgender
the one
lesbian
thing
who
I
identifies as a
don't
cat and you're a piece of
understand.
shit, it's
Like, you can
annoying.
identify as a fucking plant. I don't know what the fuck that is. That like.
Yeah, no, I don't get it either.
you guys didn't
That's
know I
so-
identify as a
I don't-
cactus.
I don't know what. Like,
Yo, dude,
I'm
I
just-
identify as a bomb because I just dropped one. My bad.
That's okay.
What do you identify as, Rob?
Rob Fury, man. That's it.
I identify as him.
The furious motherfucker.
I identify as. I don't know what the fuck. I mean, I never look. Just Rob Fury.
You can pick anything you want.
My
No,
pronouns.
He identifies as a character.
I never did that because I thought it was the dumbest shit I ever heard in my life. When people were, I identify. Look, you know, you could. Okay, so if you're bisexual, that's your thing. If you're gay, that's your thing. Whatever the fuck makes you happy, I'm cool with. It doesn't bother my fucking life. The whole point is, it's just like I never, you know, I'm gonna identify myself as a fucking Oreo cookie or a Prime Energy or. I never understood people that identify themselves as like objects. That's I've actually. But then again, I'm in the wrestling industry, and you run into some weird fucking shit, man.
You
Same
got
thing
that
in
right.
comedy, dude. I mean,
Yeah.
I've never even given a real thought to what my pronouns were. I think mine are
So you gotta
Irish
have them,
Italian.
like-
There you go. How you
yeah,
doing?
like that. I'm an Italian guy from Brooklyn, New York. That's fucking. That's how I identify.
Those are your pronouns: New York and Italian.
I don't know what else to fucking say.
Well, have you heard of furries?
Where the fuck are we going here?
Well,
Well, depends
we're
what
talking about the identification, but you heard about the furries, right?
No.
Oh, have
man.
you heard of the scalies?
What is
What?
that? What are these things?
Scaly is a
fucking
subgenre
gang?
of furry.
All right, I'll tell you. The furry community is, you know,
How
the
did we
same
get- how
people
did
with
we
the.
get
I
here?
didn't hold on, John. The furry community is the people who like to dress up in mascot outfits. You know, the mascots, but their own custom mascot outfits, like foxes or
Because-
wolves or whatever, with like.
Because because
They like to fuck in these outfits.
Yeah.
And this is going on
Whatever
in,
makes
in
you
real
happy.
life.
You know, we established this.
John, please segue into some other topic, please, quickly.
Hold on. I'll build on this one. I'll help you. So furries are people that identify as animals, and scalies are a subgenre of furries. They're people that identify as reptiles. So if you identify as a Komodo dragon, you're not a furry.
See-
You're a scaly.
See, I just wanted to talk about how my wife got hit with water by that piece of shit George Marshall at the show.
Whopping.
All I know is I go to the fucking gym and I go fucking home and I run a wrestling show and I'm a pro wrestler. A fucking scaly, a furry, all these fucking. I don't know what the fuck any. whatever the fuck makes people happy. But
Do you know what a gummer is?
PJ was
this whole weird, this whole fucking weird, this whole fucking world is.
Rob, do you know?
PJ.
No,
What
John, no. Rob, do you know what a gummer is?
what he's trying to say is
No,
you're a floppy
John,
fish.
shut up. Rob, have you ever heard of a gummer?
No.
All right. Well, if you haven't, I'll explain it to you because it's something that I feel every man should experience in
What is
his
happening right now?
lifetime. It's when a woman who has dentures, she takes them out and she sucks your dick. That's it. She sucks your dick with just
I
the
mean, it's not-
gums.
it's not gonna
called
get-
a gummer.
It's not gonna get caught on teeth,
Exactly.
you know.
Thoughts, opinions?
I've never experienced that.
It's not gonna get caught on teeth. That's all I can think of.
I strongly recommend.
How do you know, like, I mean, those dentures are pretty, like, look at how does a woman just pull them out? Like, I don't know how that works.
The dentures, they just like they just suction cup to your gums.
They just go, and then they're out.
they just pop them out.
Never knew how dentures work.
It's like a glove for your gums.
The way that dentures work is you take the denture and you put on a little bit of gum glue, and you pop it on the roof of your mouth, and so it stays sturdy and whatnot throughout the day. But when you need to eat, you just gotta like just wiggle it around and then it just it unsticks.
So you've seen people get their
Never
teeth
knew.
knocked out in wrestling, right?
I have, but
Oh,
my
hell yeah.
hands are all scarred from knocking some of them out.
Yo,
Yeah.
that would, yo,
Like,
wouldn't that be
just
the
got real
worst
out there,
loss
man.
in wrestling history? Getting your teeth knocked out and then being forced to give the winner a gummer.
That'd be awful.
That's why I say the views of Rob Fury did not reflect my staff or anyone.
I don't think he's
here,
gonna be
our-
adding that as a stipulation, PJ.
Our
Dude,
great female
just-
talent, our great men. I mean, look, it's just, I don't know, whatever the fuck people are into, they're into. I don't know. I don't judge anybody, man.
Happy Pride
Everybody's
Month.
got weird. What are you gonna do? It's like fucking.
I know what.
I never,
I mean, dude,
I've lived
all
through
I'm
a lot of things, but not that one.
All I'm trying to say is I appreciate what Rob said about me in the beginning of the show, but like the next show that I go to, like I just want to be able to laugh at somebody getting hit with a water bottle and it ended up spraying all over Abby. Because that's what happened with George Marshall.
That's really funny.
Man, fuck George Marshall.
George Marshall, man. Literally, like, people, like, so here's the backstory behind this is, and the truth, like, going into that, like, I did two small independent shows, not for my own company, just to see where I was at. And I was like, I knew my back wasn't right. So I literally went through six back spinal procedures under anesthesia to burn the nerves out in my back.
Yeah.
Because that's like to get myself back to where I needed to be. And in doing so, the right foot hasn't woken up yet. So like even like the moving around, drop the leg, drop at the end, all that stuff, all that is on memory because I literally can't feel my feet
Right.
at some point. So I've had so many injuries, but that whole thing with him, like I don't think he fully and he knows this. I don't think he fully understood when he said to me, I want to have this match with you. Can we write this story to do this that began? I'll send you all the back stuff before the arm break of when he was my manager and how we built it.
Yeah.
I don't think he fully understood. Like, this is gonna how much this is gonna hurt. Until I knew it. Like, I knew it out there. But, to his credit, he got the fuck kicked out of him, man. There was no pussyfooting around.
There was
man.
a
But
door dropped on him.
He said it to me too, though. He said it to me literally, and he knew it. Like anyone that knows or has worked with me in the ring, they did, like, when you're at this, I'm still here. He just, he knew it. Like, he just kind of said, like, if you've worked with me in the ring, it's kind of like there's this. It's more like where there's just something that you're at this stage of the game, and you're in a lot of pain every day of your life.
Right.
So ultimately, there's just that transformation
Yeah.
for me, and it's just he knew it. And Pat Savino, who refereed the match, knew it.
Yeah.
Because there's just a different look in my eye.
Yeah.
And he ultimately knew that within 10 minutes of just like, I think there were certain things out there that they were live rounds. I threw live punches. He knew it. Because, you can't, when you're in a position to go, okay, I just cut ties with 40% of our roster. And now I have a bunch of new guys and girls. Well, the girls go back, but a lot of guys here that are brand new. And, this is the story. And this match is going to have to go on last now.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to build it as that. And when it has to go on last, it has to go longer. And it has to, live up to the hype. And ultimately, fuck, man, like, he knew it. Like, there were certain things he did that just in the match weren't. And because it was kind of like you have a format of a match of where we're going to go.
Yeah.
And he was so focused on what the format was going to be. And I just kept saying to him, bro, none of it matters because none of it's going to happen anyway.
Yeah, for sure.
I gauge the crowd. So when we're 28 minutes into this thing and people are still there, I'm going, I said, how long will I to the ref? I said, how long are we out? He goes, 28 minutes. What the fuck? And people are still there. And at the end of that match, they're counting 3. We did our job. But he has 3 broken ribs. He'll tell you himself.
Oh, shit.
3 broken ribs.
Wow.
From the spear through the door. The fucking, he's banged up. Or just banged up. But that's the beauty of it is because you don't know where the story goes next. I know where it goes.
No, 100%. But
and that's what the difference is with SWF wrestling to these other companies is they don't know how to put that all together because I'm still an active wrestler. I broke into business at Lisa's Gym in 1996. I'm 44 years old, but these guys literally don't know how to put it together. Where it's, how do you keep people coming back if you're not using the name talent yet? We'll bring all the name talent back in, the Dreamers, Sandmans, the Enzos, everyone that, Boogeyman, everyone on Earth will come back in. Probably some new stuff too, some recent releases. But ultimately, it's just like, you got to keep people in the seats for the story.
For sure.
And he did some really good stuff out there too, like beg the referee to count 3.
Yeah. No, I mean, honestly, as far as the energy goes in the show, I appreciate what you said in the beginning, but it was also so easy to, be able to bring the energy for the show because you could feel it, throughout the roster, watching the match in the right corner next to us. You could feel it in the crowd. You could feel it when you were bringing them to the boys over in the corner and they were just chopping George Marshall in the chest. I was waiting for you to bring him over to me. Like, the energy was palpable. You could feel it.
Your partner was going to have a heart attack. He's been chopped by Haku. He's been taken down a few times by me. So he knew if I was coming. I saw him taking his glasses off because he knew it. But I didn't know that the boys were even out there, literally.
Yeah.
When you have a locker room sellout, because I know why they were there. I'll tell you exactly why they were there.
I'm listening.
I'll give you a chance to guess it. Why do you think they were out there?
Fuck around. Fuck around and find out.
I'll tell you what. And it's cool because it's interesting. Number one, they wanted to see exactly what I had left. Because I've been gone for 7 months.
Okay.
There was a lot of fucking questions back there. Is this really over? Is Rob going to have anything left after the surgeries and the stuff going on with his spine, all this stuff? So that was the first reason. The second reason was they wanted to know how prepared George was. The third reason was a lot of them don't like him, and they don't like me either. But they don't have to like me. Ultimately, anyone there I respect. I don't have some people don't like me that work for me, but it doesn't mean I don't respect them. They don't respect me. But more or less, 98% of the team there, if they're bitching about me, they won't say it to me anyway.
I mean, you
But
can't please
I don't
everybody.
give a fuck, ultimately, because I look at it like this, dude. The shit I had to live through to break into business, they didn't even teach me it wasn't work for the first year and a half. I was out there getting my fucking ass kicked for a year and a half. Not even like this is the late '90s, mid '90s. Not even fucking knowing wrestling was a word, and they were just you were just fighting for your life and training for the first year and a half. No one fucking.
So
no
they
one
didn't tell
told
you it was a work when you started?
When I went in, I started training for a year and a half, but they didn't teach me how to work. It was just grapple and fight. And then finally somebody smartened me up and said, all right, well, he's ready now. And then they taught me it was a fucking work. Like, so I'm like, I wasted a year of my life just fighting fucking 5 hours a day. And that was more or less, but that's what the difference in the business now is that it's, you know, when you come in and get some of your training in and all that stuff, you'll see, you know, it's not where guys are out there looking to fucking kill you to make you run away. Whereas if I'm working with somebody, I want them to get better. I want them to learn every aspect of it because you don't know where it can go.
No, but it's crazy to me to think that it's like that because, you know a little bit more, about behind the scenes from being a fan. You can find things out more. You have access to more. Like, it's just crazy to me that, if you wanted to be like a pro wrestler, you would actually be going in there and like fighting people because you didn't know that it was actually a work.
Like, you knew it wasn't. Like, when I went in there, I knew wrestling was what it was.
Okay.
But but in the sense, nobody smartened me up how to do it.
Oh, okay. I got you.
Fucked me up from 95 to 96 and a half. And then it was like, okay, well, now we'll train you.
Right.
Whereas now, if I'm going to go out and train with you, it's like, I don't want you to run the fuck away. I want you to get better.
Right.
So my mentality, but that's where the business has changed, where they didn't want guys coming into the business. I went up to indie guys that were just legends. Like, the way they look at me now, I fucking hate that. But it's like, literally, it's like, I'd be like, hey, man, I want to get in and do this. And like, you don't want to do this. And they try to talk you out of it. They want to run you out because it was sacred. And then as you got into it and started to learn it, when they finally taught me, like, and I'll show it to you, like, the difference of a wrist lock if I like you or I hate you. Basically, in New York State at that time, and some states still have it, you had the pro wrestling license. So if you were in a bar and got into a fight before they got rid of it, you were considered a lethal weapon as a boxer. Because you're technically trained not to kill someone.
Right.
If you really think about it. If you want to kill someone, you just pick them up and drop on their fucking head.
Yeah, pretty much.
Don't turn them on the slam.
Yeah.
So it's like, even with Jordan, that's a whole different situation. I've had 2 shoulder surgeries. George didn't post on one of the slams, so he wound up with the world's strongest slam, which ripped my shoulder out on top of it. But how can I put it? Like, if I didn't have my ring presence and I wanted to be a dick, I could have just turned to the left and dropped him on his head.
Yeah.
And not protected
anybody
him.
could have.
Then he would have been a paraplegic. So you don't want to,
Yeah.
It's a give and take, but ultimately, I didn't know he fucking splashed water on your wife. So now,
I just thought that shit was hilarious. We talked about that like after. I was like, I just watched that happen in front of me.
Now you got to get in the ring, John.
Like I wanted to call it during the show, but I was like, I don't know if that's a fourth wall I should
Well, the
break.
smartest thing you do, and even when I was engaged and all that stuff, everybody knew, who my
She
fiance
thought it was
was
funny.
fans
She
of it.
she was
But
laughing.
we were drawing so many people at that time, and it's going to get back to that. You'll see. You've come in at the greatest time, because when it gets back to people wrapped around the building all the way down to fucking the street, I would have, when I was a villain at that point. You
Ooh.
look up Rob versus Grim versus Rob Fury. Like, you look at these things, and it's like, I would literally have to shelter her to get in the building, because like you always want to protect that, because that's
Right.
why I always keep like my personal life really, really private from
Yeah.
what is out there, because people, first of all, if you're in a position of power in the industry, if you have that, you are an owner or you are a wrestler or any type of personality, dude, they just don't like something you say on commentary, they'll target you. Always keep it away. Definitely keep I'm not saying don't have your wife come to shows. If someone's going to support what you're doing, that's fucking
Yeah.
great. To have a partner like that, that's awesome. But I wouldn't fucking, I definitely would. You did the right thing by not calling it,
Yeah.
because then you say it, and then let's say somebody doesn't like something you said on commentary, then they go fucking start some shit there. Then you got a whole locker room fighting everybody. Because
So
the
you did the right
boys,
call,
they
John.
fucking the business is very it's a cutthroat business at times, but ultimately it's where there is that camaraderie where if
Right.
something stupid happens, we're all going throwing down, man. I'm the first one out there, so it's
Yeah. No, for sure.
That is what it is.
100%. But I mean, I don't mean to ask you like a generic question or anything like that, or make this seem clickbaity, because I
Ask
know
what
you
you
said
want.
that. But I do wonder, like, what made you become a fan of wrestling, and like, what made you like finally be like, fuck it, I'm gonna break into the business and fight people for about a year and a half before anybody teaches me anything. Like, what made you?
That's a great question. Literally no one ever asked me that.
What?
Out of all the questions I've had, like, yeah, truthfully, it was more of I loved the escape of it, man. My childhood was very different than a normal kid, I stood by myself. I was small, I was picked on, bullied, all that shit.
Right.
We all go through different things in life. And for me, I was just flipping through the channels one night, whatever it was, night or afternoon. And I remember watching, like, the whole week would go by, and I hate school, and I hated all of it. But the WWF had Wrestling Challenge, Wrestling Superstars on.
Oh shit, that was back in the day.
If you go back in the day, like,
Yeah.
and that would be like, wow, man, I can watch that. And I never knew that shit was taped, but and I just said, like, I'm gonna do this. I knew that at 10 years old.
Okay.
What got me though was just the larger than life persona. And to me,
Yeah.
even when I had first come back after just to segue into that for a second, like when I first came back after the back surgery, I knew there was no shot of getting a developmental deal back. I couldn't do any of that. WWE, none of these companies would never touch you once you're fucked up with your spine, they won't even look at you. So I was like, okay. And I had a great relationship with guys like Shad Gaspar, God rest his soul, Boogeyman, still a very close friend of mine. There's just a lot of people that helped me along my journey. Some have just made billions of dollars. And I just looked at it in the way now where I go, I didn't have a gimmick. And I just was like, I don't know what to do. And I just said that we're going to do the half makeup. And the makeup was never supposed to look perfect. It was just never, I never wanted the makeup to look perfect. It was always supposed to just be that, like just another side of you. And it just, to me, like that, it was just, to answer the question, larger than life.
Yeah.
I wanted to be a larger than life thing. And then as time went by and all that stuff, and you just go, fuck, like you realize 20 years later, 25 years later, and all this fucking crazy shit I did with the top rope elbows and landing on my tailbone and destroying my body. There I am shooting someone off the fucking ropes, throwing a giant clothesline at George Marshall and getting a tremendous pop for a clothesline.
Yeah,
I'm
buddy.
like, it's a fucking clothesline. One, but it wouldn't have worked. And that's why it's just timing. Like it would that whole thing, which I stole from Hogan in Japan. Everyone watches this clothesline called the Axe Bomber. Like he shoots him off, hits the other rope, throws a big clothesline, and it's like it wouldn't have worked 20 years ago. Now it'll work. It's just the timing of my longevity of the fact that I can still wrestle for 29 and a half years in, which
Yeah.
I'm fucking insane because I'm literally like the guy at the show was my real doctor.
Oh shit.
Nobody knows. Everybody thinks it's a work. That's my real doctor, and he's literally like, dude, your back's so fucked up. You have 38 herniations. You've had multiple surgeries. Like, how much more are you gonna go? And I'm like, bro, I fucking love this shit. Like, I still love it.
Does that lessen the
I
pain?
mean, so was like him
No.
pleading with you not was like him pleading with you not to do it. There was like reality to that. Just, like outside of
wish-
like what was going on.
I wish he would have said the shit he said in his office, like about the medical terminology of like, you have chronic arthritis, you have multiple structural damage in the thoracic spine. Like there's like I don't feel my hands at all. It takes me 2 hours of the morning to literally move. People don't know that part of it. Like they see that out there for 30 minutes. You go, this guy could still go at 44 years old. They don't get it. What happens every other fucking day of the month, except for the couple of days I'm working, it's more like literally, like if I get up at 6, I'm not able to really function and move around until about 8 o'clock in the morning.
Phew.
Because by the time my body starts moving around, and it's that's like, yeah, that's you. I've paid a heavy price, man. But I see kids at shows at times in wheelchairs and Army veterans that come in, serve their country with no legs. Then I go, what the fuck can I complain about?
Yeah.
So it levels it out, man. It levels it out.
Yeah.
Definitely does.
I want to talk about Battleborn a little bit, just because you've segued to like Army veterans and stuff like that. Like I said, it's coming up June 22nd. I know there is the fundraiser for, one of the firefighters in there who got bravely injured in a fire. And it is over at the Cassville Firehouse, which is the place with the low ceiling that Everest should not
Yeah, we're
leapfrog
moving,
through.
though. We're going to be in the Bay Area.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, we are moving.
TJ made
And
that
what the-
happen?
No, it was fucking me bitching and complaining to them, going like, you guys are, like we have a venue. Oh man, that's another announcement. Tremendous. And Tom's River, what's coming? Like there's just
No,
stuff
that's
that's
exciting.
happening. I'll get into it with you, but literally,
Sure.
like I just was like, you're fucking killing my show, man. Like. Because even myself, literally, I'm like, fuck this. I'm going to drop the elbow off the top.
Right.
And then I realized I couldn't. And that irritated me during my own match because I didn't realize, and that's like the state of mind I'm in. Fuck it, we're going to do the elbow. And then I couldn't. And then I'm like, this is annoying. So they're moving us. But, I'd love the weather to be warm and do it outside.
Right.
The weather was like if it was like just tonight out here, man, it would be fucking great.
No, I
But
mean,
you never know with that. But it's really like it's even with it's the Battleborn show, man, is
you got some bangers on there.
I
I
finished
saw
the
some.
writing. I finished the writing last night, and then it was like how can I put it? I looked at everything we're doing from now till I would say February, and you start writing backwards is really the process. Where we get like how that's what nobody gets. It's like where are we going and how do you get there? So normally you'd go, we'll start here. You never start really. If I go, well, Johnny Sharp's gonna wrestle Rob Fury at fucking SWF's 15-year anniversary show called WrestleFest this November.
I'm gonna get put through a door.
And you go, I hate those type of bats. I'd rather just work a regular bat. This one called for it because I knew with the. But the whole point is like you write backwards, so it's like how do you get there? You start at the end. So it's like, and then we had an opportunity come our way for August, which I don't know if you saw what I put in the theme page. I'm like, I have a rule: I don't run August.
Yeah.
Because it's very hard to draw fans. Nobody wants to come out. But when something pops up, and it's like it's too good not to do it, and then there's the opportunity to go, okay, we're gonna bring some legends in.
Hell yeah.
And we're gonna make something really like we're gonna the whole Superstars of Wrestling, SWF Superstars of Wrestling. It's really Superstars of Wrestling Federation. The point, the whole thing is, it's the generations of legends. You can see fucking Tito Santana, you see Kevin Nash. You can see. I'm literally looking at it going, every piece of what we're doing. Like, I've talked with Kane this week. I've talked with like tons of different things. I'm just trying to figure out where and when. But this thing that's coming in August is not a one-off. There's going to be something that'll take us through next year, and it's
Listen,
because we're hitting show number 500. So like
Yeah, no, that's true.
You have that. You have the 15-year anniversary show, and it was like I said at that show, I'm like, Mega Slam would draw hundreds of people around the world. This is our starting point. That was the difference this year.
Yeah.
It was the starting point of where we're going.
Where it all begins again.
With Battleborn, which is next Saturday, it's literally I wanted to do something different. We have a women's champion. She's phenomenal at Venus Steel.
Yeah.
Phenomenal athlete. But I wanted to do something where, that's an in-house title. I wanted to do something where we can have another women's champion that can take that belt anywhere around the world that they travel and go, okay, let's do it. Let's do some business in other companies.
Yeah, of course.
And so now we're doing an international women's championship with this girl, Jackie Go from Germany, who's phenomenal. She's going to be there. Kelsey Reagan, who's one of the top fucking 3 female athletes in the world unsigned, I feel. And you got Journey Burke, who's fucking another incredible athlete. So I'm like, let's do that. And then I'm writing that and I'm putting that together. And that's not easy, in the sense of just going, then you got to, it's like, people don't realize it's not just producing my stuff, and I'm not going to wrestle every show, but I also got to produce everything else that happens out there.
Yeah. No. 100%.
And that's why it's good to have guys on the team that know, like you, that learn and how to produce stuff and be able to you just know it. Like, but that's why, man, it's a rush, dude. It's a rush. And I knew it from your energy with the commentary. Like, if you're having a good time, and that was the thing I asked people, and you heard me in the ring. I said, if you hate this show, tell me. People literally said, this is a fun show, and it was totally different for us.
Yeah. No, the vibe there, everybody was having fun, man.
Yeah, and everybody worked really hard, too. Guys worked really hard.
They made it happen.
It's
for
gonna
sure.
be awesome. The next Saturday we're up in Jackson. It's gonna be Battleborn.
Nice.
Doors are opening on time. So we're doing a 2 p.m. doors, 3 p.m. bell, and it's gonna be awesome. We have a new president that's 7 feet tall.
Yeah.
DJ Marconi, which was
Yeah.
a fun conversation. So the angle is based off of, and you'll remember what I'm talking about. It's basically, if you go back and watch Ric Flair when he was the WCW president, crazy.
Yeah.
That's basically what we're doing here.
Okay.
And he's gonna have a blast with it. And
He seems like it.
Time. It's gonna have a lot of fun. Like, we're gonna have a lot of fun.
Bay Area, he's not going.
Oh yeah, no, he's fucking crazy. He's one of the dude. He's another guy, like, and you know who your good brothers are in the business. And he's one of them, man. He's ultimately the talent that's come through this company, from MJF to Sonny Kiss to Joey Janela. I mean, there's so many people. Ricochet, everyone that's been here, either on top of the wrestling world now or it's just incredible.
Hey, man, Ricochet might come back. You never know. They just wrote
Somebody
him off
said
TV.
that to me. Somebody said something about that. I don't know if it's a work. Did he not renew? What went down with that?
Who knows?
You know, but you know, we'll find out eventually.
I'm just putting out headcanon for you.
Well, yeah, we'll get eventually we'll get notified.
Yeah, right?
When he's available. You know, we'll get notified. So if it happens, it happens. I mean, great guy, Kurt Hawkins, another great friend. There's so many good people in the industry that it's just a phone call away just to make it happen.
Yeah, no, and that's awesome because it provides you so many people you can learn from too.
What was it like for you? That's my question for you. Like, so you
What was it like
in,
for me? Just
and
just
you're
being
fucking, like, yeah, you're there at the show. This is your fucking. I mean, you know, it's got. I've never asked that question to anyone. What is it like coming in working for SWF?
being a part of the show. It was just a whole different experience, and it's a way I've never experienced wrestling before, and being able to, just experience being part of it, part of something like that. It was just really fucking cool because I've been a fan of wrestling for almost 20 years.
And you get a whole different respect for it.
Yeah, no, absolutely, 100%.
Yeah.
And I'm sure, even as I start training and everything, like me and you have talked about, that's gonna continue
because it's like you never know. And let me tell you, and I'll tell you right out, so many conversations I've had with Tommy Dreamer. Tommy Dreamer watches everything.
Okay.
And he just to like something you say.
Yeah.
And then, well, what else do you know? I don't know anything else, then that's a problem. You have to have that little bit of everything, Well, I can take a bump. Well, I can do this. I can do that. Okay, well, then there's stuff to work with because you never know. You wind up doing one thing, and then you're next thing you know, you're a heel manager, you're this, you're that. There's a lot of things you can play with and have a great time with.
Let me ask you two something while we're here on this topic. When you both started doing comedy, I know you're only about a few months in, but when you both started doing it,
actually,
who was like
his 100th mic?
He did his 100th one?
Yeah.
Oh, look at this motherfucker right here.
I'll come check the show out, man.
But dude, when you both started doing it, like who was somebody that like you guys like learned from? Now that we're like on like the topic of that, and this will probably be the last thing because Ruben's giving me the 3-minute signal.
like heroes.
I'm not even just heroes, like people that you've worked with that you've like learned from.
Dude, fucking Alex Aversano.
You learned from him?
I learned from
What did
him.
you learn from this man?
Delivery.
That's you know what, you just read my mind because what you're just talking about right there, bro, with delivery
matters.
It's the same thing in the wrestling industry.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
It's all in the delivery. It's all in the you can hit a clothesline or you can really deliver the clothesline and make it count.
Fuck yeah.
Sell it.
Same thing with a punch. So
the
it's
whole
all
thing
in
is
the
selling
delivery.
it.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah,
Great
in comedy we call that the punchline. But
yeah,
there
literally,
you
yeah.
go.
That's a great way to go. Yeah.
I mean, but I feel like it's so different because in comedy you got to hit them with like the first joke so that like they're with you. You know what I mean?
The first one's got to be quick and good.
Especially because if you make them wait, the longer you make them wait, the less they're with you. In wrestling, like you got to build and build and build so that.
Well, the only differences would be in the match example being like, if you're not over, they're gonna fucking, if your match isn't over, if your character's not over, you're gonna know real quick because they're not gonna be invested in anything you're doing.
So what you're saying is
Like-
comedy's
like-
like a quickie, but
It's
wrestling
that same
is
like telling that
making
first
love.
joke.
A little bit, yeah.
It's like
You gotta have that segue of what's gonna make the whole thing work.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
it makes
man.
I get
sense.
it.
You can't just
I
put
get it totally.
You can't just put George Marshall through the door. You got to tease it and then get out another door afterward.
Exactly.
And then you got to drop 3 leg drops on them, and then
One of them with the door on top of him, by the way.
yeah,
The
that
broken
was
door.
an audible.
Yeah.
That was an audible.
I made a 3 Doors Down reference in that after he
Vince
just
a
did
great
that.
Band.
I did a 3 Doors Down joke Sunday.
I mean, that was there were about 3 doors that were down after that show, so I thought it really fit.
I know a few people that are down.
That are down?
Yeah, you
Are
do.
you thinking about them right now? Because it looks like it.
Yeah, they're down with the syndrome. They're pretty cool.
Your brother is pretty great.
I get down with the syndrome. I get down with the syndrome.
But
did.
Rob, I got to tell you, I know you don't do these a lot, but I'm excited to see how Battleborn turns out, and I'm excited for the next show that I can go to. And I really, really appreciate you being the first.
Schedule, we're working out timings and all this stuff. We've got a lot. I mean, not every. It's just timings, venues, and other things. But we'll get it going, man.
Yeah, man.
We'll
Yeah,
talk
thank you.
offline.
But I
We'll
can't.
talk.
I can't wait to see how it turns out. And thank you for being one of hopefully many guys from SWF and anybody that even comes in and works for one of the shows to come on the show. I appreciate you coming on. You wanting to be the first one. Thank you so much for that, man. I really, really do.
Hey
appreciate it.
man, just listen, guys, keep working hard. And my best advice I can give you two guys out there with the comedy is this, because no different than wrestling. And I say this to everyone out there. Every fucking autograph I sign, I write, always believe. Always believe in you. It doesn't fucking matter with anybody.
Yeah.
Fuck them. Keep going after your dreams. That's the bottom line. Fuck it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
Although I do have
Thank
to
you,
ask
Rob.
this. I do have to ask this before we go. His character is that he's the unbreakable Rob Fury. Did anyone ever tell you you sound like Rocky Balboa a little bit?
No, but that's cool.
Like towards the end of like the Rocky series, not like when he's like right getting started and you can't understand what the hell he's
My
saying.
favorite one was like the last one they did. Like that was when he came out and did that whole fucking when Adrian was dead. He had like
That was fucking
nothing
great.
before. That was like the best one he had. I just thought that was the best. Rocky Balboa. that
When he had to
one,
get
that
the
was
beast
awesome.
out. Yeah.
Bring up the beast, kill Adrian.
When
bring
he
up
was
the
old
guns.
and broken down.
Like,
Oh no,
fucking-
I agree with you 100%. That was a great one. For sure.
But man, you guys are doing the right thing, man. It's just awesome being on. A great time.
Thank
man.
you, Rob. It was
Thanks for
awesome
having
listening
me,
to
man.
your stories and stuff. You had some cool stuff to
Yeah,
say.
this was a
Oh,
really
dude,
fun
man, when I got more time, I'll tell you some road stories of the comedy aspect. You'll go fucking crazy.
I hope you were happy to
Beautiful.
find out what a gummy was.
Oh,
Gummer.
Christ.
Gummer, excuse
Well,
me.
That's
And
what I
what a
need in my
scaly
life,
is.
yeah, definitely. But you guys have a fantastic night, man. Thank you for having me.
All
man.
right,
You as
you
well,
too,
dude.
Rob.
You
Thank
too,
you.
man.
And,
Thank you
if
so
I
much
could
for
plug
coming on.
the IG, man. If anybody wants to follow Rob Fury, it's the Rob Fury 13 because there's fake accounts everywhere.
I'll
And
fucking
SWF
find you
Live
right
is
now.
at
As well,
SWF Live on the Instagram.
And
Because
also,
I keep getting all these fake fucking things out there, and people are talking to people that ain't me.
Also, make sure you guys subscribe to the SWF Live Wrestling YouTube channel. Mega Slam is up now. Go check that out on YouTube. And also
Just dropped you a
subscribe.
follow, baby.
Right here.
Also
you,
subscribe to Hot Tag Takes with Johnny Sharp and friends.
And follow him on Instagram at.
John Andrew 0310. I almost forgot my Instagram handle.
Follow me on Instagram at the PJ Morin and
I guess you can follow me on Instagram at NJBZ__ if you feel like it. No pressure.
Yeah, hit me up with a follow. I'll get your stuff shared. So.
Yeah, we got you,
of course,
man. We
brother,
got you.
already did.
Johnny Sharp and
Oh,
friends
my
and
brothers.
SWF Live Wrestling have almost 3,000 subscribers combined. Help us grow, y'all. This has been Hot Tag Takes here with John BRECKO, PJ Morin, Nate Ben, Rob Fury, our special guest. Catch us next week with David Bradley right here on HamiltonRadio.net. Hot Tag Takes. We out.